Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ainat. In today's video I want to answer a question that most people have. So that is layers poultry farming really as profitable as people say, or is it just hyped up? So first things first, that would depend on the management and on the flock that you have, because some flocks are best laying than other flocks. So from this perspective, this time around we are doing better at the management, the records keeping and feed making and overall everything, because we have learned from our past mistakes and we hope to see more profits this year. But that's to say, we still made profit from last year's birds. So from the day that you brought them in your chicken house until they started laying, that's if you brought them as chicks, you will only be feeding them and you'll not be getting anything from them except for maybe the manure. But at this time they'll also not be making as much manure as when they have grown up. So you need to keep that in mind, that you need at least a quite investment from day one until they are like 6 months, because you still need to feed them past when they have started laying until when they are well in the laying process, maybe like 50%. That's when they'll start maybe to feed themselves. It also depends on how much you're spending on the feeds. So that's the first thing. Feed management is really good for you to see the profits. So this is about the amount of money that you're investing in the feeds. So if you're spending maybe 70% of the amount that you're making in the day from your eggs, you're spending it all on feeds, you will see less profits. So if you're spending maybe 50%, you also see more profits, if that makes sense. So let's say you're getting 100 from selling your eggs in a day, and you're spending maybe 70 from the amount that you have made to buy feeds, you only be left with 30, right? So that would be less. And if you're selling the same 100 and you're using 50 to buy feeds, and you'll be remaining with 50. So that's how the mathematics works. And also, if your chickens are not getting much sick, you'll not be spending a lot of money on the medication and all that stuff. And also the management, the cleanliness around the chicken house. You need to keep your records so that you know when something went wrong and how it went wrong, so you can avoid it in the future. And also the feed that you're making, you need to keep the records, and you need to write down well what you're putting in the chickens' feeds, so that the next time you see something went wrong, you will know exactly the difference. And if you're buying the feeds from another supplier, make sure you know the quality. Always make sure that you check how the feeds are looking, so that the next time something goes wrong, you can see the difference, that maybe the corn is looking a bit different, maybe the soy is looking a bit different, all that stuff. So also the profits that we get from the chickens, they're not only coming from the eggs that we're selling. We will reach a point where we have sold a good amount of eggs, that the amount that we have invested and the amount that we have sold so far from the chickens, they will balance up, and then you start making your profits from there. But you also get profits from the chicken manure, like I talked about in our previous video. And at the end, when they have finished laying, you will sell them, and that price, usually it will be equal to the amount that you have spent from day one, if you raise them from the chicks, until when they started giving you profits, or when you stopped using your own money to buy feeds and start using the money that you're getting from the chickens. So for example, our chicks, we bought them for 2,000 kwacha for one chicken. And then when they finish laying, that would be like in 2027, inshallah. So we will sell them maybe at 10,000 kwacha if the money will not drop, or we will sell them for more. But that money times the amount of chickens that we have, it should be equal to the amount that we have spent on these chickens from when they were day olds until they started making money from themselves to feed themselves. So that's how the profits are actually calculated in basically that's how we calculate our profits at our farm. And this time around the management is really good, so we're hoping to get more profits this time around. And this time around we really know what we're in for this particular batch than we are. So experience also brings in more profits, because you'll be avoiding a lot of mistakes in the chickens. So always make sure that you know how your chickens are reacting, know if there's a problem and treat it quickly. And prevention is always better than cure, because when you prevent it, you will prevent also the costs that could have incurred in the future, which will also increase more of your profits. So I hope this answers most of your questions if you want to do poultry chicken farming. So coming from me, I think it's really good, and you get a lot of good money, clean money as well. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it enlightened you a little bit on how you can calculate and make profits in this type of business. So I hope I see you in the next video. Bye.